Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If there's any gentlemen joining me, I'm not sure that this is really the place for you to be, but if you can glean something from this or maybe send your wife my way, good morning to you, anyways. Today, I have been posting this week about just my background on how I came to be where I am today. And today, I'm going to talk a little bit about a time that I lost sleep over my marital finances, and this was a pivotal moment in my life. I had lost sleep several times, but there's one particular time that really stands out, and so we're going to talk a little bit about that today. I'm going to wait for a couple people to get on so I don't run ahead of anything. I'm Lauren Guest. If for those of you that are new here or haven't seen me in this space, I'm Lauren Guest. I am a financial unity coach, which is a little bit different. I see this as a place of intersection where financial coach meets like life coach, because to me there's so much more about our finances than the dollars and cents. There's deep spiritual work going on, deep emotional, mental work that goes on in our finances because it is tied to everything in our life. So that's really my passion here. Today, in the comments, either if you're here live, welcome. If you're not, I want you in the comments or in the DMs, if you would feel better, tell me about a time when you lost sleep over your marital finances. Those times where you're sitting up and you just can't go to sleep. Maybe you pretend like you were asleep because you just don't know how to talk about it or don't want to start any confrontation. Tell me about that time. Tell me about what it was that was causing you to lose sleep over your marital finances. Give me some specifics and we'll go over them. If they're in the comments, I'll go over them live, and if not, I'll discuss with you in the DMs or in the comments later. So my background, this story, I was 26 and I had two young boys, and I was married to a traveling pipeliner. Still married to him, but now he is not a traveling pipeliner. I handled a lot of things on my own. And one night after a long day, a really long day, they say when you're a parent, the days are long, but the years are short. And this was one of those really long days. I had struggled to get both these little boys bathed and into bed on my own. And I drug my exhausted self to bed with full intentions of just hitting that pillow and going to sleep. Like, I didn't want anything else to happen that day. I didn't want to think about anything else. I didn't want to do anything else. I just drug myself to bed and just wanted to lay down and go to sleep. And it was because I knew, just like every other night, that I was going to be up with the boys several times. I was going to be up early. I wasn't going to get a full night's sleep. So when they go to sleep, I go to sleep. And as soon as my head hit the pillow, the anxiety hit me, and I was like, how the thoughts were just dwelling. They were just pouring in. The enemy was just pouring into me. How are you going to pay those bills that are due tomorrow? How can you be making such good money and still be living paycheck to paycheck? Is your husband ever going to grow up and realize that there's a problem here? No, he's not. That's what the enemy made me believe. He made me believe that I was never going to be on the same page with my husband about finances because we were so different. And it started to bring resentment into me. I thought, how does he have the nerve to spend money when he knows that our finances are a disaster, that we're in so much debt? Like, how does he even have the nerve to do that? How can I ever... my thoughts started going, okay, well, what can I do? Because I don't want to tell him no. I don't want to cause confrontation. I don't want to cause a fight. But so what do I have to do on my side? I have to work harder. I have to do these things. And then it got even darker. It got even darker of, why me, God? Why us? Why are you letting this happen to our family? And these were the thoughts that just, they soaked into my being. The enemy just kept repeating them to me, and my mind spun out of control at this point. And I rolled out of bed and I got in the floor and I was in the fetal position and I was bawling because the enemy truly made me believe that there was no way out of this pit, and I was drowning in my own thoughts and fears. And y'all, this isn't a situation that happened one time. I'm telling you about one specific time when this happened, but this isn't a one-time thing. this season of my life had become a continuous cycle of anxiety and fear and strife and anger, and my attitude was sour, my motivation was lost, and my marriage was just really on shaky ground. I was concerned, and for no reason. That my husband never really felt that. It was only me. And so I read all the books, I read all the blogs, I listened to all the podcasts and YouTube videos, did all the courses and trainings that I could get my hands on. I wanted to learn everything I could so that maybe, just maybe, I could find that magic wand that would wipe all my troubles away. I heard every theory and every process that worked for other people, but none of them seemed to take into consideration that my husband didn't care to make these changes. Or that's what I made myself believe. Or the enemy made me believe, honestly. One program in particular, and my husband actually drug himself hesitantly to this program, and that program in particular said, if your spouse doesn't want to do this, tell him to quit being a baby. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, he's not being a baby. We might be on different pages. We might not understand each other fully. We have a lot of work to do. I understand that, but I'm not going to call him a baby. I knew there had to be a better option, and it was just a matter of finding it. And I never really found it in a book. In that pit that I was in, I talked to God a lot. I knew deep down in my heart that the only answer was found in him. And on that night, when I was in the floor bawling, it wasn't long before the youngest son woke up. And I didn't get any sleep that night. None. And I was rocking him, and all of a sudden that question changed. It changed from why me to, okay, God, this is where I am. What steps do you want me to take? What can I do? What's my part? What am I going to learn here that is going to be of use? Because you turn everything for the good of those who love you. And I am standing on that promise. And so, God, what am I going to do? I know that you will turn this situation for good because I love you, but what's my part? What am I going to do here? And like I said, I was out of sleep. I was holding my crying son because he had woke up, and that's just what they do. And my days, this was the pivotal moment. This was the valley. I had hit that valley. There was lots of bad days coming up to that, and there's been bad days since. But that was that valley, that pivotal moment where things started coming back up. And my questions changed, my perspective changed, and I am in a much better place. I'm not in a constant spiral of fear and anxiety and strife. And these are the kind of women I want to talk to. This is where my passion comes from. I love talking to and encouraging women who feel like they either get angry talking to their husband about money or just avoid it altogether because it's not worth the fight. And so if that's you, it sounds like something that you do, I want you to know that I'm here. My ears are open for listening. My heart is open to pour out into you, because that's what I wish I would have had in that moment. That moment of darkness, if I could have had anybody to turn to in that season of darkness, it wasn't just in that moment, that whole season of darkness, I wish I would have had somebody that I truly felt I could turn to. And I want to be that person for you. And so if this is you, and like I said, there's nobody commenting right now, but leave it in the comments, a time when you lost, or in my DMs. I'm going to keep confidential because I know that this can be a sensitive subject, and I want this to be a safe place for you. So if you want, leave in the comments if you want to, or in the DMs, just tell me about a time that you lost sleep over your finances, a time where you just rolled over and you pretended like you were asleep but weren't sleeping because you couldn't sleep because of all the anxiety and you didn't know how to talk about it. So you lost sleep. And let me know about this. I'd love to visit with you in the DMs or in the comments. So I pray you have a blessed day and a wonderful weekend, and I just want you to know that I'm here.